In case you were wondering how Sean Diddy Combs could have been enabled for so long, I introduce you to his mother, Janice, who just released a lengthy, delusional statement defending the disgraced mogul, saying, "My son is not a monster." Are you sure, lady? Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and my goodness, this statement is wild. I mean, I still can't get over how delusional this lady is. Look, I understand wanting to be there for your kids, even trying to defend your kids when they've done wrong. What you want a parent to do, they're there to stand by their kids, but you still got to make sure your kids take accountability. And while you can be there privately, you don't need to go out and gaslight all of us in the world to claim like, there's no smoke here, lady. And my God, if he was able to lie to you about the Cassie incident, well, my goodness, chances are he's probably lying about some other stuff. So don't come out so hot saying that this is a web of lies is what this woman is doing. Just because he hasn't been completely honest about the whole Cassie situation doesn't automatically make him guilty on the rest of it. Well, it doesn't help, does it? His credibility is gone when he declared that she was a liar. So let's go through this statement from Janice Smalls Combs. I didn't know she took Biggie's name too, but apparently. Anyway, through her counsel, she released this along with the Combs family saying, "I come to you today as a mother that is devastated and profoundly saddened by the allegations made against my son, Sean Combs. It's heartbreaking to see my son judged, not for the truth, but for a narrative created out of lies." I mean, come on, lady. What are made out of lies? He was on video. That's not a lie. And he lied about it. He immediately lost all credibility, and you can't come out here whining as his mother. Oh my God. To bear witness to what seems to be a public lynching of my son before he's even had the opportunity to prove his innocence is a pain too unbearable to put into words. Like every human being, my son deserves to have his day in court, to finally share his side, and to prove his innocence. I agree with that, but a judge clearly said he was not doing good things. He was caught with substances. He was caught on video being aggressive. He was caught talking to witnesses he wasn't supposed to. He didn't even get bail, lady. Now, that is abnormal. That isn't typical, but that's how bad this has gotten. I am not here to portray my son as perfect because he is not. Yeah, no kidding. He has made mistakes in his past, as we all have. I've never made a mistake like he did in that hallway on video. And he didn't just do a whoosh. He did a full on, like, for a man to be able to do that and then keep doing it. And then in plain sight in a public hotel hallway, dragging him back to the room. My goodness, that is not an isolated incident. You don't have that kind of behavior and energy inside you and do it just once. This man has no control over himself. This is sickening. He's far from perfect. And no, I've never made a mistake like that. My son may have not been entirely truthful about certain things, such as denying he has ever gotten bad with his ex-girlfriend when the hotel's surveillance camera showed otherwise. Yeah, that's a pretty big one. Sometimes the truth and a lie become so closely intertwined that it becomes terrifying to admit one part of the story, especially when that truth is outside the norm or is too complicated to be believed. That is why I believe my son's civil legal team opted to settle the ex-girlfriend's lawsuit instead of contesting it until the end, resulting in a ricochet effect as the federal government used this decision against my son by interpreting it as an admission of guilt. Lady, he was guilty. What are you doing? My God, this whole Diddy team, between he buys his lube in bulk in Costco to now he's not guilty. There's a lot between a lie and the truth, and we got messy and blah, blah. Lady, it's on video, and he lied about it, and he knew he did it. And then the video showed that he lied about it. My goodness, this is crazy. It interpreted as an admission of guilt. They had the tape clearly and knew he was guilty. It is important to recognize that none of us, regardless of our status, are immune to fear or mistakes. Not being entirely straightforward about one issue does not mean my son is guilty of the repulsive allegations and the grave charges leveled against him. Many individuals who were wrongfully convicted and later exonerated had their freedom taken from them, not because they were guilty of the crimes they were accused of, but because they didn't fit the image of what this society considers to be a good person. History has shown us how individuals can be wrongfully convicted due to their past actions and mistakes. I got it. Diddy is a good person. Sure. He is such a good person. I hate to break it to you, but he's not. He's clearly not. I mean, just isolated alone, that incident in the hotel hallway would have him canceled forever. That was unspeakable, unforgivable, and monstrous. So he is a monster, and you should be slapping some sense into him after what he did to that woman. Or is that okay in your household, Janice? Is this what you do to your kids? I mean, my goodness. Watching the world make jokes and laugh at my son's life crumbling before our eyes is something I can never forget. He did it to himself. He did it to himself. It is truly agonizing to watch the world turn against my son so quickly and easily over lies and misconceptions. What am I misconcepting over that video? What am I misconcepting? I'd love to hear her. Let's see if she goes there. Without ever hearing his side or affording him the opportunity to present his side. I know she did it first, Your Honor. She came at me. So that's why I did all of those things when she wasn't doing anything back to me. I did it all to her to teach her a lesson. I can't wait to see his side of this. These lies thrown at him are motivated by those seeking a financial gain, not justice. These individuals saw how quickly my son's civil legal team settled his ex-girlfriend's lawsuit, so they believed they could receive a quick payday by falsely accusing my son. Yeah, I'm sure that's what the feds love wasting their time and resources on, is building up years of false allegations against Diddy. False allegations of SA, thwart true victims of SV from getting the justice they deserve. Now, I am going to say, I'm not saying everybody who's come forward is telling the truth. There will be some people who pile on. That's sadly the truth, and that does happen. But my goodness, 120 plus accusations that the feds are taking seriously, that lawyers have vetted with proper lawsuits. No. This isn't just mere allegations, lady. This is far more serious, and you should take it as such. This injustice has been unbearable to our family. What about his actions? Are you ever going to take any accountability for what he's done? Clearly not. Disgusting. The worst part of this ordeal is watching my beloved son be stripped of his dignity. What about the people he's with? Ugh. What about Cassie? Did she have no dignity? That was justified to you, Janice? Not for what he did, but for what people choose to believe about him. I ask his supporters, fans, colleagues, friends, and the public to not judge him before you've had the chance to hear his side. I beg you to think about those who have been wrongfully prosecuted. Oh my goodness. To remember that not everyone who has made mistakes in life deserve to have their entire existence judged by a single action or a few mistakes. You know, like Cassie, what he did. That was still just I'm going to say a few now because there might be a couple more of those instances, but it's just a few. My son is not the monster they have painted him to be, and he deserves the chance to tell his side. I can only pray that I am alive to see him speak his truth and be vindicated. Oh, lady. Respectfully submitted on behalf of the Janice Smalls Combs and the Combs family. Look, I get it. I do get it. Like, there are family members that just can't accept the truth here because there's far too much coming out here that needs to be taken seriously. So much so that he was denied bail. So much so that it's on video, that he's been lying about it, that he's been putting people through it. I tend to believe this wouldn't be as serious if there wasn't serious evidence. And I'm sure Janice is in the phase of denial, right? That's what this is, where she refuses to accept that her son's a monster, but he is. And we know that just from the video that leaked, that showed the truth. Because again, this whole thing reminds me of his own statement that he put out on Twitter. Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I sat silently and watched as people tried to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations that have been against me by my individuals looking for a quick payday. Oh, so is that what Cassie was doing? That was Cassie was a liar, just trying to get a quick payday. Got it. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. Yeah, and you just didn't think the video was going to come out because you're a control freak sociopath that thought you had it all under control, and you didn't. You didn't. And this wasn't a one-off mistake where you did something weird and creepy and kinky. No, this was a crime. And there are clearly multiple crimes that you're now being alleged of that seem pretty damn serious, dude. And you're already caught lying about one of them. So now your credibility is shot. You said nothing happened, but it did. And it's on video. What you did to Cassie is on video. And it's a crime. And it's disgusting and it's monstrous. There's no question as to, well, she wanted it or she was there. No, it's all gone. Any doubt we may have had or worry or fair trial because you didn't have the proof would have been something. But this is proof. You're a monster. And you lied and you tried to paint her as a lying person getting a payday, which was so stupid because now we can't take you seriously ever again. And so for his mother to come forward like this, it is awful. Yeah, for you to bring God and mercy into it, like just like he did with the apology. I'm with Aubrey O'Day. Just horrific what he thinks he can keep still doing. And I share you this. Well, I wonder why his mom's still defending him. Could it be that $1 million check you got? Are you complicit, lady? Yeah, all I done to get you there. Oh, how about let's roll in the Bentley too. Dude's paying off his own mother. You should be ashamed of yourself, the blood money that's on your hands. No wonder you're out there trying to make sure he's not a monster. Oh, he paid me $1 million. He's a good boy. Disgusting, disgusting. And I wouldn't ever brought you into this except you're trying to gaslight us all. And I'm not on my watch. Yes, he's innocent till proven guilty, but he's guilty of that videotape. And there's far too much evidence for me to be like, yeah, let's hear him out. No. At this point, it's on him to prove otherwise, in my opinion. And yeah, he'll have his day in court, but good luck with that one. There's a reckoning clearly coming, and he knows it. And that's why he's trying to put you out there to do his defense. And shame on you. Look, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. And I get it. This can't be fun for his family. It must be awful to know that your son, your dad, isn't the person that you painted out to be. And I can't fault them for wanting to be there for their dad, for their son. That's what family's for. Even in the worst of times, you don't turn on them. You don't have to publicly support them, though. You don't have to put yourself in the fire. Awful of him. He's always using his family and his kids as shields, as props to try to make himself look better. And I'm over it. I'm sick of it. Again, another red flag that this man is guilty as sin. What do you think? Am I off base? I want to hear your thoughts. Before you go comment, make sure you hit the subscribe, hit that bell, and then click all so you get the alerts. When you do, smash that thumbs up and tell me what you think of this story. Do you believe it? Do you think his mom's in the right here? I want to hear your thoughts. We got so much more Diddygate coverage coming. You're not going to miss it, so stay tuned. Click on these. We'll see you soon.